Distinguished adventurers, welcome to the community Q&A. We're back. And I'm
back. Woo!
I have internet again, and so I get to be back. Hi, I'm Lauren, and with me, as always, is Sean. Say hello, Sean.
Hello, Sean.
Yes. Good night, Gracie. And we are here to do more Idle Champions Q&A for the community. Do you have questions about the game? Do you have questions about other things? Go ahead and ask in the chat. We're going to close that so that we don't end up in a time loop. Go ahead and ask in chat with question in big capital letters at the start of your question so that our wonderful moderators and producers, M&Ms themselves, Martin and Mars, can grab them and put them into our little backstage fun here so that we can make sure that we ask and answer your questions. We might do some skipping around. Also, hi, Garwar. Thanks for the raid.
Hey, Garwar Raiders.
Yay, Garwar Raiders. We might do a little skipping around because what we're going to try to do today is prioritize the game questions over the more fun questions. So if you do have non-game questions, go ahead and ask them. We will grab them and stick them in the chat. And then every once in a while, we'll take a break from the serious questions about the game questions, and we will do some more fun questions. So if you ask what we're drinking, and we don't get to it for 25 minutes, that's why. It's not that we're ignoring you. We're just trying to prioritize a little bit more, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. We have our game face on for the first little bit, then we soften up a little bit, and then we go back to the game face. So
all the game faces. Also, if you are joining us, the community challenge is still going on. And yes, while the community challenge officially says that we're looking for the 14 million goal, we have actually lowered it. Because we had a couple of streams that got canceled this week. One of them being mine because I had no... I know. Well, so there were two things that happened. Amazon had issues. And I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. And two, I had an issue yesterday. I had no internet all day yesterday. If you saw me online yesterday, I was on a Wi-Fi hotspot. You know what?
Making it work. Making it work.
Well, it worked for work-ish until sketching hour, and then I went, there is no way my Wi-Fi hotspot is gonna be able to handle any streaming.
Oh man, that data upload too on your cell phone bill. Yikes, no one wants that.
There's that too. I have a lot of rollover minutes because rollover data because I've been here in Wi-Fi land for forever and a day. But mostly it was just like, would you like to watch the sketching hour at 1 frame per second? No, neither do I. So
one stroke per second, right?
So one word per second, 1 stroke per second, and then it's done. Magic. So we have adjusted the community challenge to be 10 million challenge points in order for the community to get it. We just can't do it on the back end because then everybody who donated already will lose their points, and that sucks. So we're just telling you. So go ahead and put your channel points on in there, put your questions on in there, put your hellos on in there, and we will do our best to answer questions. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we launch into those questions?
We are written all shut down for the next 2 weeks after this. So Friday's our last day that kind of the office is open. So just keep that in mind that we are pretty much not going to be around for 2 weeks until the new year. That's kind of like the other big thing. Yeah.
Some of us might be around for funsies. There might be little bits here and there, but don't expect people to be around. Now, that being said, the fun continues in the game, and people will be monitoring to make sure that if anything goes wrong with the game, that, it doesn't completely go away. But you won't necessarily be seeing, any streams, you won't be seeing really much in the way of posts, that kind of thing. So, because breaks are good.
And shit has 2 weeks of travel tickets. Yeah, that's right. And what we usually do for the ticketing, we put up like a little blurb that says like, hey, we're not really around right now. So if you have like a serious issue, please still make a ticket, and we do have the odd person who will look through it over the kind of the holiday season. It's not gonna, I say it's not going to be me right now, but we'll see how bored I get in those 2 weeks. And for anything else, kind of just like wait till the new year. So we tend to come back with not as bad as people as what you would expect. So
yeah, that's good. Also, hi Tabletop Santa, and any of you who were out at PAX Unplugged this past weekend, whether I got to see you or not, hi. I hope you are home safe and all of your COVID tests came back negative. Hey, listen, you laugh, but that was literally the last thing I did before I went into not full-on quarantine, because I had my partner here in the apartment, but like Luke drove me home, and then he went out and bought one of those take-home COVID tests, and that's what I've been doing this week. And I'm good. I'm all negative, so yay. But yeah, I hope everybody had a fun time at PAX Unplugged and a safe return to home.
Yeah, I was mostly laughing at Jay's statement, where they said, "Sean, don't make that statement on stream." So. Oh
yeah. All right. Yeah. Do not tempt the fates. Do not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, listen. I had. Maybe I'll tell that story later if anybody is interested in the story of my time as community manager when the 4 days before when we were still on break. So in the last 4 days of our break, everything failed and everything died. Not while I was working at Idle Champions. I'll tell that story later.
Ooh, spicy backstories.
Not spicy. Not like, this is not calling anyone out. I'll say that. I just have had that experience of working in community management and having everything die while on vacation. Whoa.
God, yeah.
My hope and prayers for Trevor is that everything works out okay. But let's get to some questions. So why don't you dive into the game questions while I take care of some back-end stuff?
Sounds good. Knockout Panda has a question. Is Ayla shielding a known issue, or should we submit tickets when we run into it? It's a known issue, but it's also one of the ones that has been such a pain in the butt to reproduce. So if you have steps to reproduce it 100% of the time, please make a ticket about it. But until then, it's on our list. Until we can find a way to reliably reproduce it, it's kind of just there.
And for anyone who is new in the chat, if you're wondering about the best way to submit a ticket, as always, come into the game, grab this little question mark that's in the bottom right-hand corner that says support. Yay. Click on it. Support will open a new browser tab. You say okay. I'm going to say cancel for obvious reasons. It will open up a browser tab. It will have some places in where you can give us some details about what you heard, saw, experienced, and also it'll help us link back to your game so that we can get a lot more information that way.
Yeah. The Lame Boy has a question. What hero has a chance to skip areas after it's been completed? That would be Briv. B-R-I-V, Briv. The man with the big sword.
Yeah.
The half-orc man himself.
I got Briv in here right now. This is not necessarily a very optimized formation. There we go. Now people can see the formation. It is not an optimized formation because at the moment, At the moment, I've got 3 adventuring parties going because I got a Trials and Mount Tiamat going, and I've got basically 2 of my parties grinding away for chests for Yorvin and Krull right now, although this one kind of switches back and forth. So I kind of have interesting rosters, let's put it that way. So here we go. But yeah, Briv is doing a lot of skipping for me today.
That's good. Yeah, Briv is going to be like one of your main speed champions. So definitely, he's one of the ones you're going to want to pick up quick and start pumping some contracts into, getting some gear for. IKEA 87 says, when you lose connection to the game, the game will pop up multiple messages in a row that have to be dismissed one by one. Sometimes up to 9 of them. Can be annoying when playing on a tablet that has a flaky Wi-Fi. Can this be looked at? That is something that I think we have looked at before. I mean, it's all about how your connection is connecting and checking that kind of stuff. So likely if you're getting multiple pop-ups, the game is going, trying to connect, didn't connect, okay, new alert. Trying to connect, didn't connect, new alert. So maybe we can put like a time between alerts kind of thing. But then, yeah, it's a bit of a... So we want those alerts to come up as often as they do to say like, hey, you're losing connection, right? So it's a bit unfortunate if you are on a bit of an unstable Wi-Fi. It's not the best experience for sure, but it's like a reminder that says, hey, your Wi-Fi is not that good. It's a little flaky. Yeah.
I'm sure having their Wi-Fi called out is not necessarily the best thing on the planet.
I mean, they did say they're playing on tablet. It can be the only one playing on tablet has flaky Wi-Fi, so they put that there themselves.
That's true. And often people know they've got flaky Wi-Fi. So,
oh yeah.
And hey,
it's the reason why I don't stream at home is I know my Wi-Fi is a bit flaky.
Speaking as someone who yesterday had no internet,
yeah,
I feel you because I was on semi-flaky hotspot. So I keep pointing over here like you can see what's over here, but there's a window. I am on the bottom floor of my apartment complex, and so in order to get a decent cell phone signal off of Wi-Fi, my phone has to be near a window. So it's just propped up against the window all day. Hey, you do what you gotta do.
Q Mischief has a question. If I have multiple Idle Champions accounts, how do I get nerds on all of them? Community challenge 50% complete, which means we're at 7 million.
Hey!
Woo! We did it. We're almost there. Almost there. Yeah, multiple Idle Champions, how to get nerds on all of them. I think if you submit different receipts, then you'll be... as long as you'll get different codes for different receipts, right? So
I believe
you can put those codes into your other...
Yeah, because you are supposed to submit multiple
you have different
times.
email addresses as well, yeah.
Yeah, Garwar makes a good point, because when you're supposed to submit multiple times, because every time you submit you get a new adventure, because there's a whole series of the Nerds adventures, you may need to use different email addresses, or else it's going to go, we already sent you a Nerds code, so let's just send you like adventure number 2. So yeah, you may want to grab a couple different email addresses in order to get that to work.
Yeah. Keith G has a question. I just started using a core. I've noticed that when I look at the core for a bit for a few minutes and go to the back, the background is all black and you cannot see enemies or characters. Is this known or am I special? It's very known. There is a big issue with the newest update, which is 4.15, that's causing a lot of black screens. I think we've managed to narrow it down on what the issue might be. So we're hoping that's it, and we'll show the fix out later on today. So we'll have an update for 4.15.1 for Steam and Epic, mostly later on today, if not soon. Because when I was coming in, they were talking about, we think it's like the fog, like the fog in some areas is causing issues.
Ooh.
So, which makes sense that Shandy was causing issues because she creates fog when she uses her ultimate. So,
the mists of Barovia causing problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, thank you, Catch23 for the subscription. Enjoy your emotes.
You subscribe for 12 months. Oh my god. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a lot. That's a long time, Catch23. Thank you so much.
Yay. I'm excited about possible new emotes in the future.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, somebody owes me an emote actually. I gotta keep that in mind. There was the
what?
Yeah.
Wait, I need context. Hold on.
Yeah, the potent potables, the blessing for Icewind Dale that came out, that increases the potion usage, like the how much not usage, but like how much it provides, the buff. Mm-hmm. Someone DM'd me and was like, "Hey, once this is fixed, I'll like if you fix this soon, I'll get you I'll draw you an emote. So I was like, oh, I like this. So we fixed it out yesterday, so it is fixed. So I got to DM them and be like, hey, I'm here to collect.
Ooh.
But I don't know what emote I want. That's the question. That's the hard part. So.
Well, if they are someone who has done a lot of emote work, they might have some suggestions.
It's true. Hopefully. All right. Next question. Snobberger. His question is the too easy team mat achievement bugged? It is for 2 level 2 or high, and I've beaten the first 5 levels. It was bugged. We were waiting on some things to happen in game before we could actually get the fix out. So now that those things have happened, I believe that should be fixed. So I think when you finish your next trial, it should trigger, and then you'll get that completed. If not, please make us a ticket, and we'll need to know. And Octisis has a question. It says, I'm a pretty new player and trying to work through the Patreon quests. I started a run before I went to bed, and when I woke up, I was on 295 and only 2 characters left. But the boss was up to 973 times. And when I waited a while to see if it was bumped back, when I hit 412 times before I went back low, why has this happened? Oh, sounds like somebody got stuck in an animation, so that's why. And the boss just stayed there and didn't do anything. It was trying to attack, but because somebody was stuck in an animation, it technically didn't have a target, so it just sat there and waited for the target to show up. But that target never showed up because they were stuck. So pulling that, going back in the area, going forward again, or pulling that champion out and putting them back in would have fixed the issue. But because you were in bed, it didn't happen. So that's why that would have happened there.
Looks like we had an update from Wraith the Priest. Reproduce the Ayla bug, level her up, then bench her, then restart the client, then unbench her, and shield debuff gone until another restart.
Okay, make that a ticket for me. I'm not going to remember that for later. So
yeah, that is...
slide that into a ticket, and then I'll make sure I'll get to it afterwards.
That being said, that is an impressive amount of repo that you've just done, Wraith the Priest, and we appreciate that, but definitely a ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and grab some of the less Idle Champions specific questions as we get some more questions in. Thank you once again to Martin and Mars. They're doing a very good job of something new that we are trying on the back end to make sure that we keep up with the game-related questions, but that we don't miss anything else. So first, JDog2773 wants to know, question, eggnog, more egg, or more nog? It depends on when you're having it, because I say, we're about to go on break. More whiskey.
Yeah. My vote is neither. I don't like eggnog.
Not a fan of eggnog?
No.
That is one...
It has been a long time since I've tried it, to be fair, but I do remember having tried it a couple times and not liking it. So
the kinds that you've tried, were they with or without alcohol?
Without.
Okay. Then you might just not like eggnog, which is okay. Like, it's one of those flavors I can see people not liking. I love eggnog, both with and without bourbon. But
I feel that we have very opposite palates. There's been a lot of things we talked about on the show that has been like, I like this, and I liked it, and the other person doesn't like it.
I think so. Although, in fairness to you, I think most of it is I just like pretty much everything. Yeah. To be fair, I'm a very picky eater. That's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with being selective about what you want to eat. And most of the stuff that you've talked about not liking are things I recognize that a lot of people don't like. And eggnog is one of them because it is so thick and creamy. I haven't had any eggnog recently. I should have some once we're on break. Ooh. It's a lot of heavy cream, but it's so good.
Yeah. Someone made a note that it took 18 minutes for us to start talking about food.
Well, we were...
I think is a new record because we've split it up. Because I think the first question that came in was the eggnog question.
Yeah.
So
we appreciate all of our questions, but we're trying to be a little more careful about asking the important questions first. Important game-related questions. I mean, food is important. Also, I like that GamerX is in chat saying, I use eggnog as coffee creamer during the holiday season. Oh, that is such a good idea.
Wow.
See, now I want the eggnog with bourbon as my coffee creamer for like a really good evening coffee. You know, like
Maybe after dinner coffee.
Yeah, an after dinner coffee. I'm not saying have that in the morning. No, but like as an after dinner coffee. Oh,
I mean, you're on vacation. You can have that in the morning. Who cares? What are you gonna do? Work? Like.
True, but I feel like that is a road I do not want to go down or advocate for. Jester Josh 42 asks, how do I get more points? If you are talking about channel points, simply by being here, you are earning channel points. That's kind of the basic way. Participating in chat will also get you bonuses. So if you're watching on the bottom of the chat window where you can actually type into chat, under that on the left-hand side should be where the little channel point thing is. It's a little circle. And you'll see on the inside of the circle, there's an extra little line going in a clockwise manner. And that's the line that's showing when you're going to earn bonus points. And you get bonus points by doing a bunch of stuff. One of them being participating in chat. Also, if you are a subscriber to the channel, you earn points faster. But basically,
I didn't know that part.
Yes, they come at a. I used to know the number that they come faster. There's a multiplier or something. I don't remember. But yes,
like tier one's what if you there's a little section that says how do I earn channel points. You can click on that. I'll give you like a breakdown of like what it provides you.
Yeah. Now, I don't suggest, if you want to sub to the channel, we appreciate it, but I suggest if you're just looking for channel points, don't worry about it. If you are, especially if you're new to our channel, we have a lot of streams. You will earn plenty of channel points. Don't worry about it. I think everybody in chat is going to reassure you. Plenty of channel points are coming your way. And we're happy to have you. But yeah, that's how you do it. Oh yes, and Connellan just said if you follow the channel, you also there's a bump in how many channel points.
Yeah, I think you get 300 for following.
Yeah, and following I do actually suggest because it costs you nothing, and then it's a little easier to see when we've got stuff going on. So that I definitely do suggest.
Yeah, and the good news is we always have stuff going on. So
yeah, kinda, and more all the day. And let me do one more other question, then we'll go back to in-game questions. Dr. Scott, math question. Why is everything breaking right before you go on break? I've had 3 brand new issues in the last 2 days. I mean, I guess that's a game question, actually.
That's how it be. Yeah. It's just the world we live in, man.
Yeah.
You fixed one bug. Well, like our changelog this time was very, very, very big. So there's a lot of fixes in there.
Ooh, I should show that off.
Only one of them might have went a little sideways. I'm kind of okay with that.
I mean, look at this. Yeah. Look at this
big patch
update.
yesterday. Yeah. So I'm really happy with that and like what we put out yesterday. So if one little thing comes off of that, I'm kind of okay with that. And if we fix 100 things and one thing goes bad, it's fine, I think. But it'll be fixed today, and it'll definitely be fixed before we go on holidays. So don't need to worry about that.
And once again, while most people are taking breaks, there will be a couple people around, checking in on things.
Yeah. We'll just be work adjacent. I'll check Discord every once in a while.
So. Work adjacent. I like that.
Before we go back to the game questions, I just want to point out there is someone, Dragavondo, which I'm okay talking about this one. It's, Sean, can you please try to speak slower and pronounce words clear? As a non-English native speaker, it's very difficult to understand what you were saying. I have been hearing that my entire life.
Aww.
I'm naturally a very quick speaker, so I understand when people go, whoa, slow it down. So totally fine. I will do my best to do so.
If it helps, we should have I don't know if this will help as much for someone who is not a native English speaker, although I believe you can get the captions in a bunch of different languages, but we do have the closed captioning on. If you hover over the Twitch window, you can turn those on and off. You can change them quite a bit. I don't remember how to change the language, but I know that you can change to a bunch of different languages.
That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that would caption and then auto-translate for you.
I'm not exactly sure of how that works because not obviously, I do not speak another language. I have a little bit, I have a couple of sentences in a few different languages, but I do not speak anything else fluently. I know we got Margaret to help out a little bit with that when we were testing things out because Margaret speaks like every language under the sun as well as some dead ones.
I think she speaks like 3 or 4.
I thought she speaks like 7.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just underestimating her.
She also clarifies them in a bit different ways because she talks about being fluent in some, but some of the dead languages that she is fluent in, I don't know if she... Yeah. Anyway, Margaret is amazing and speaks like 3 billion languages. And
God, yeah.
She helped out a little bit with that to see about the translation. But that's actually one of the other nice things about those closed captions is they do have that option. But yeah, like speaking slowly and clearly from someone who is a native New Yorker who does want to speak a lot faster than what I'm doing right now. Yeah, that's a skill I had to learn over a long period of time. And when I get excited, I still do it. So it's a good reminder for both of us.
Yeah. I know I tend, when I get excited, I'll mumble a little bit more too. So it's something that's been like since like grade school. Brain just goes really quick.
Yeah.
So
it's way easy to do that if you've been doing that all your life. And definitely speaking on stream is a different experience than speaking in person. And we could both use the reminder. Also, thank you everybody in chat who is now talking about. So I grew up in Buffalo, but my family is from the city. My family literally has on my mom's side, a hardware store on 5th and Lexington that has been in the family forever. So most of my family actually talks like this, kind of the New Jersey, New Yorker, Bronx-ish kind of New York accent with a fair bit of, the Yiddish in there because my family is Jewish. And so, yeah, I don't speak it natively. I don't do this accent all the time, but basically it's my ma. So this is what I'm doing is I listen to ma when she's talking to my aunt, who is right now actually, I think she's vacationing in the Poconos. Probably. Or, she's back in Jersey. I don't know.
When you go home, does that accent just kick in?
Not when I'm home with my parents and my sister, because we all speak like Midwesterners because we speak like Buffalonians because that's where I grew up. But when my mother calls or speaks to anyone else on that side of the family, within about 5 minutes, that accent comes out. And then the rest of us. Yeah, the city, Snobbinger, the city is New York City.
Yeah.
Because I am from New York. And so when I say the city, I mean the city. The Big Apple, New York.
Yeah.
Which Buffalo am I from? The New York Buffalo. The one with wings and a really sad football team.
Ooh. I had a friend at a previous job who was fluent in Spanish. But you could never ask him any words in Spanish because he didn't know them. But if he was with his family and they started speaking Spanish, it would just kick in for him and he could just go.
That's awesome.
But like you ask, like, how do you say this phrase? He's like, I think it's this. And I was never sure. But when he spoke to his family and they brought out the Spanish, he could jump right in.
The brain would switch on over.
Yeah,
I wish I spoke other languages. Also, I gotta call out Banana Mobster, who grew up in Tonawanda. Yay for Western New York. I'm an Orchard Park girl myself. There's maybe one other person in chat who got that. We should go back to in-game questions.
Yes, I was just thinking that. Okay, half B. When will the CME client get the bond tools on Ashara? Isn't that already out on the CME client? I think that should be out. So I don't think it required a build for it. I think it was just a data backend push. So
while you look into that, I'll switch over to I'm doing a trials. I'm doing a trials run, which is where my Ashara is right now, and I'll show this off because I think there's a lot of people who are really excited about this, including me, especially with Ashara. And this is an update that's going to apply to a bunch of different champions who all have that, pick a champion who can, who this buff is going to apply to a certain number of people in the formation.
It might be because they're on 413 still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'll show this off by, let me turn this off so it doesn't automatically make this happen. But for those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, I'll go ahead and redo. So not only have we updated all of the fun things that are included in Ashara's bonds, but if you see right down here, you'll see champions in the formation targeted and a number. So you don't have to think about your formation and go and do the math, basically. So I can say, potpourri, and short folk, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, I think it's a very nice quality of life upgrade, especially for someone like, let's say, Xeraphon, who has 10 different, like 6 different specializations with different numbers and requirements for all of them. So very, very helpful for that.
Yeah, having it for them is super important. Who else got that?
Whittle's a good one too.
Oh yeah, and Whittle's back over here, so I'll come back over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whittle's a good one. Averin?
I know. I think it only counts for stat ones.
Okay.
Actually, there's probably a bunch it should be counting for that's not on the list yet. I think they're going through and like updating as we go. But I think we got a lot of the major ones that require like a lot of different counting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep an eye on those changelogs because that's where they all are,
Yeah.
and this is all the updates.
Yeah. I think you needed to be on 414 at a minimum for this one. If not, and I think it'll definitely be out on 415, which will be coming out most places today, if not tomorrow. And we'll 415.1. So expect it soon, pretty much. Expect it soon. That lane boy has a question. Weren't we meant to get a Lucious familiar when his adventure gets complete? Isn't showing for me. Lucious doesn't have a familiar. He has that fairy skin.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Oh, that's a good question. You look that up while I'll switch over to... I've got Lucious grabbing Krull chests right now because he was doing his own event in order to get more chests for
a variant. Yeah. It's from the third variant. So once you complete the third variant, it should trigger that for you.
Hey, you know what? Get you those wings.
Yeah. It's a nice skin.
That is super cool.
I really like that skin.
I haven't seen this skin in so long.
Yeah.
I haven't actually. I love the sparkles on the wings. Those are super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it should be once you complete the third variant, it should trigger there for you. If you've completed it and don't have the skin, please make me a ticket, and we'll get to it today, hopefully.
Yeah. Also, welcome in to all the people who are joining us now from the alert in-game. We are grabbing questions from chat thanks to Martin and Mars. If you have a question for us, go ahead and put question in big capital letters at the front of your question so that they can grab it. We are prioritizing game questions since this is the last community Q&A of the year. But if you do have a fun question or a non-game question that you want to ask, go ahead and ask it. They're grabbing them, and we're just making sure that we try to get to as many game questions as possible. Your question will not be lost. Mm-hmm. Also, make sure you put in those channel points because, woo, community challenge.
J. McUnyieldy has a question. I once used Evelyn's alt. I almost messed that up. The mount that appeared was Waffles. No one I've ever talked to has ever heard of this happening. Was it a bug or a super rare Easter egg? Isn't Waffles like Strix's
That's
owlbear?
Strix's owlbear, yeah.
Was that, did you have a skin on, maybe?
It was Strix in the party, and maybe something got confusing on screen?
Maybe it could grab the wrong thing. I have not heard of that ever happening, but I also don't know if there's any secret thing in the game for that. So
that I know of.
That would be a pretty interesting bug if it grabbed the wrong graphic for that one instance.
Yeah. I do wonder if you happen to remember, was Strix in your formation at the same time?
Yeah.
Maybe then it either grabbed the wrong graphic or maybe Waffles moved in a way that just covered up. Maybe there was just movement happening because that all happens really fast when her ult goes off.
Strix was in the party and had Ascendant Evelyn. Damn it. Evelyn on. Maybe it's something to do with the skin, I guess. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't heard of that happening. So I would assume it doesn't sound like it's a bug.
Sounds like it's a feature.
Yeah, sounds like a feature. If not, it's a cool bug that happened once, or maybe it'll keep happening. That's pretty cool. Yeah, not what I'm too worried about.
Yeah, as long as the ult worked.
Yeah, exactly. JDog2773 has a question. Medium Fire Breath Potion at E206 Bud doesn't clear the area versus no Fire Breath Potion and E178 click damage clears the area. What's the difference with the same click debuff, CDB click debuff formation? If you're using click debuff and you add on a Fire Breath Potion, you've just ruined the run. Fire Breath Potions, because they use Bud-based damage, are not affected. Anything to do with debuffs doesn't affect it. And currently, as from what I'm aware of, Fire Breath potions, even though it says it adds on to the damage of click debuffs, it actually replaces the damage with click debuff, which is something we've been kind of looking into adjusting and stuff, like adjusting like the actual potion. So that's why your formation would have stalled there. Yeah, it replaces instead of adds. So yeah, so if you're ever doing click debuff as a kind of a formation to push, Fire Breath potions do not work at all and actually ruin your run until they've run out. So,
and I'm actually going to grab this next question.
Yeah.
Ray Cool asks, why did y'all stop reposting the changelogs to the Changelog channel in the Discord? So the short answer is we had a bot that did it, and the bot broke, and the person who made the bot doesn't work at C&E anymore.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It is more difficult to get that to work than it sounds, because we have to pull from all the different places that there are changelogs being posted, and that's not something that any of the publicly available bots do. We had to build our own, which is my understanding. Having tried to fix this when I was the community manager and having continued to try to help Trevor with it. So right now there's no automatic way to do that, and we're trying to get it fixed. We're trying to fix the bot, but priorities being what they are, that's not something that has been high on the list of priorities. So it's a nice thing to have, but at the moment it is broken, and it
requires dev time, and devs don't have time.
Yeah, the devs are a little busy with the game. So yeah, that's kind of the short answer. We're looking for alternatives, and we're open to suggestions, as long as it's not, hey, every time there's a changelog, can you copy and paste it from the game and then post it in the Discord? Because that would actually be difficult. That would be difficult to do. But we're looking for other suggestions, so sorry about that.
GE Nemesis 13 has a question. When clicking the Cimmeral candles, you see how far you are with the free champions in the current event. The Recruit Yorvin achievement isn't in the achievement section like Lucious and Krull. What? It's switched with the Feral Bunny achievement. I'm hoping this doesn't mean to do his Feral Bunny achievement during the event. You shouldn't. You want to open your Cimmeral event thing?
Yeah. Sorry. And then we're going Yorvin. I'm sorry. I missed some of that because I was taking care of a back-end thing. What are we looking at?
The Recruit Yorvin achievement isn't in the achievement section. So out of those 4 achievements, what's the first one?
Cimmeral Sprung.
But the other one's at the very end?
Recruit Yorvin.
Yeah. And then out of the ones up top, it's fine. It's still... Like the 4 achievements up top there, where it shows like the 225.
Raven Queen's
one more over. Keep going.
That one?
Yeah, what's that one?
That's Cimmeral Sprung. Complete all 3 variants of the Cimmeral Spoil Sport Yorvin adventure.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. Yeah, you don't like the only ones you have to complete in the event is the Reach Area 225 or Reach Area X.
This one.
Place. Yeah, those are the only ones that have to be done during the event. It maybe got like moved around a little bit, but yeah, you don't have to do them during the event except for that one.
And you can open up a time gate and doing it during a time gate. So if you miss
not that one specifically.
Not that one specifically, but
only the variant one can be done through time gates, but that one specifically has to be done during an event.
During an event, yeah.
Yeah. People get that one confused up quite a bit.
Yeah.
I put my foot down on that one.
No, I totally get it.
Yeah. Another question from... Oh, wait. Was that the same question? Yes. There's someone... Oh, Martin Eminem doubled it up.
It happens.
Artificial inflation. Go to this world. 9well9. I have experienced an issue when bosses start not taking... Martin, you saw nothing. I saw nothing. I have experienced an issue when boss starts not taking damage at all. Is this very common in free plays? Need a bit more explanation for that one. I mean, if it's not taking damage, it might be you don't have enough damage to defeat it, which is probably likely. Or it might be armored, and that's why you have to break through the armor. Which again, you just need more damage for that. So, I would honestly check out the Discord on that one. see if they can check your formation in the meantime, and then go from there.
Discord.gg/idlechampions. I just put it in the chat.
Yep. Did you update the bonds to include Herringons now? I think so.
I gotta go. What? Let's go back to Ashara.
It's in the changelog. Yeah, added Asmart, added Bullywug, Doppelganger, and Herringon to champion races affected by Ashara's bond exotic races.
There you go.
Added nerds to short folk.
because that only makes sense. And yeah, we'll come over here and I'll pull up Ashara. Oh, because
that's preparation because it'll be for they added Herringon to exotic.
The exotic, yeah. Let me. You know what? I'll
Which
just
is
do
the
this.
Second.
I'll just do this again. I've got so many of these potions.
You got so many to burn. Yeah.
Yeah. So yep. Esmar, Bullywog, Doppelganger, Genasi, Gif, Herringon, Suriel, Tabaxi, Warforged, and Yanti.
Big list now.
Except I'm gonna go over here because kobolds.
Yeah.
Because kobolds. Come back.
Twitch username is needed. Can Human level 240 have a similar change to Ashara?
Continue answering this question, and then we have an update. Oh shit!
All right, so the writing on waffles is a thing.
Thank you to Mars doing some quick Q&A in the background. We now have literally a picture of Ascendant Evelyn riding waffles.
Yeah, and waffles like in armor too, so that makes sense. Yeah,
that is super cool, actually.
Does it only work with Strix? If you take Strix out of the formation, does it still work?
Mars, go ahead and post that in the Discord.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Art team sneaking things in.
I wonder if this is on purpose or if this is a...
Yeah. I hope it's on purpose. It's pretty cool. We solved it. Yeah, good job, team.
Okay, so now the other question is, does Strix need to be in the formation for this to work?
Yeah.
I'm assuming yes, but that would be a good for QA purposes.
Yeah. Quality assurance. Can Human have the level 240 slimmer change? Possibly. To have it kind of marked which race is which has the most races. That is something that can be added to our quality life stuff. So. IKEA 87. Oh, this is the good. This is the question comes up every once in a while, but it's a good one to kind of reflect on every once in a while as well. Where does this stance on third-party tools like Byte Clone Idle combos? What does us giving them our user ID and hash give them access to? Is it more than just game-related stuff like email? So you wouldn't give them anything access to your personal files or computer email access unless you've given them your password to. With what giving them their user ID and hash does is it pretty much gives them the keys to the house, right, to your game. So at any point, if they wanted to, they could load up your game and adjust things around on it and spend all your potions and do whatever they want and then back out of it. So that's if they chose to do that. Obviously, a lot of people use it. We haven't seen any negative reports about those kind of things, but keep in mind it is compromising your account security with the game. So while we don't condone, we don't recommend you do it. It is up to you as the player to make that choice.
Please be cautious with all of your information. Please change your passwords on a regular basis. I think the last time we talked about this was when Twitch had that huge
the data leak.
Yeah, and so we were using that as a way of reminding people that get yourself some new passwords. Make sure your passwords are not easy to figure out. If you have the resources, get a password manager, and just keep an eye on all of your stuff because your privacy is important to you and us.
Yeah. I saw a follow-up
Kiwi
question.
Mischief. New passwords are a pain.
Okay.
I agree.
I'm trying to remember what they are. Oh, never.
Which is why I say if you have the resources to get a password manager, that has been amazing for me. But not everyone has the money to be able to spend on that. That being said, what's more of a pain is having your stuff stolen because that sucks. I've had that happen and it sucks.
Yeah, Tomorrow has kind of a follow-up question. Can you add a read-only hash? That has been something we've talked about doing, but not haven't got around. I remember them hearing there was some sort of what was it? There was some sort of issue with doing that right off the bat, and if you messed it up, it caused some huge problems. So that's one of those things where if we did change, we have to be very, very, very careful with it. So, but it's been an idea for players who do want to do something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna have you answer this question. I'm gonna grab a couple questions from the other questions because there are some that are
other questions.
There are some that are important for people who are in chat. So
okay. Just because there's a question, could you undo or make it configurable to fix the fix for Xeraphon transforming into unanimated objects? I love when he transformed into the snow while in Icewind Dale. Yeah, that was a very fun looking bug. But it is not what it's intended because those things technically aren't monsters. So they have been, that will not happen anymore, unfortunately. As funny as it was, they just turned into like a fence or a pile of snow. Like.
It just means Xeraphon has learned a lot of new abilities and tricks. That's not normally something that can be done, but they've learned as they've joined the champion roster. They've learned.
Are they a doppelganger or are they a mimic? That's the real question. Is the mimic copying a doppelganger?
If a doppelganger copies a mimic, if Xeraphon specifically, because Xeraphon is awesome, if they copy a mimic. And they learn mimic abilities and then keep a hold of those mimic abilities. See, now I just want to play a doppelganger in a D&D game and have this be my goal in life is I'm going to play a doppelganger and learn how to turn into not just creatures, but inanimate objects. Yeah.
Mars coming in with the raw. Doppelgangers can't take form of a non-humanoid, I believe. Yeah. No, that's fair.
No, Mars is right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Mars is totally right. Yeah.
But Xeraphon is an epic champion, and so why can't they? But yes, exactly. that was a whoopsie. Let me grab a couple of these since we have been focusing on Idle Champions questions, but a couple of these have come up. Loki Grommel wants to know, can we get a new community challenge after this one to get Mars and Gar on Bardic Inspiration to create a song for their then upcoming characters? Okay, so first, I love the suggestion because I think Mars and Gar are awesome. Second, as far as I know, the only people that are going on Bardic Inspiration are people with upcoming champions, or Dylan and Jason Charles Miller just do some awesome things about monsters and take suggestions from the chat. We probably wouldn't make it a community challenge because what we try to do, like you can see with the one going on right now, we try to make the community challenges things that will reward the entire community. And while Mars and Garwar are gifts to the entire community, I think it's only fair that if you're going to donate channel points, that you have the chance of getting something in return. And so that's why I'm excited about this community challenge that we're running now. We want to do more like this. We want to do more of these on a regular basis, and where if you make them happen, then you unlock a thing. This week has been a little wonky because of the issues that we've had with actual streams, and so that's why we adjusted the number of channel points. If a moderator can put that command into chat that has the information about the community challenge, and we've taken this learning experience, and so the next time hopefully we won't have to do any adjustments, but we'll see. But yeah, that is, I think we're trying to keep the community challenges as things that everybody can benefit from. And Starchaser 43 was asking, in the unlikely event that we miss the community challenge goal, what happens to the contributed points? We're double checking. I think they get refunded. I think. But I'm unsure just yet. So, but I'm going to look into that. Y'all are killing this community challenge, though, so I have a feeling that's not going to be a problem, but it is a good question, and I will make sure I get that answer for you. Okay.
Back to game questions?
Back to game questions. Sorry, I wanted to grab, since we've had more people donating the community challenge stuff, we had those questions come up.
Fair. Dan Konep, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Question, is it possible to finish the event achievements for year 1 and 2 champions? It is, but they'll mostly have to be done through time gates. Because you'll have to be... you have to do them in the time gate to get their their variants done. So those are the ones so time gates for those ones. And thank you, Infradig Games. Infradig Games? Yeah.
Infradig. Yeah, there we go.
Infradig, yeah.
Between the two of us, we'll get these.
We'll get it. We'll get there.
But thank you for the sub. Enjoy your emotes.
Ooh, hyperdumpy.com. It's a great name.
That's nice.
Just started playing this game today. Hey, welcome. I love the name. You can stay. A plus.
A
plus, yeah. Is the running event doable for a new player, or is there some kind of time lag? The event is definitely doable for new players. The biggest thing, like, you may not be able to complete all 3 variants that are there, but the requirements to unlock the actual just the champion or just to reach area 50, which is definitely doable for a new champion or for a new player. So you should be able to do that over the course of the week until ends on Monday.
Yep.
Yeah, Monday.
Yep.
And then we actually have a new event next Wednesday.
Yeah, this is that end of the year wonkiness where events, the entire schedule got shifted around a little bit. But yes, if you are a new player, I highly suggest going ahead and getting all 3 of these champions, because getting a deep roster is one of the ways that you can progress pretty far into the game. So this is a good time to join us, because you have access to 3 new champions, and I think all 3 of these are worth your time, especially Murder Bunny.
Yeah. And Doorbell Stream is actually sharing off some of the older codes that we were giving away previously. They're still active. That'll give you a bunch of really good champions as well.
Yep.
So thank you, Belle.
And I will once again plug the Discord, although you can also go to our subreddit and a couple of other places to find where community members post codes that come up on a weekly basis in a specific channel. So if you're looking for more chests to help you on your path to awesomeness, go ahead and join our Discord.
Yeah, we give out a ton of chest codes. So you want to gear up quickly, just keep an eye on that combinations channel. And you'll get a bunch of free stuff. Yeah,
or get the one we got right now. Yeah. It's Bunny Q&A time.
Yeah. Mr. Seraph has asked a question. Hi, how do I unlock more champions? Well, the good news is Belle just dumped a bunch of free codes into the chat that has a bunch of free champions part of it. So that's one way to get them. The other way to get them is by doing events like we have on right now. So in this event, you can unlock Yorvin, the murder bunny, who is so cute, Lucious, the one who's scared of cows, and Krell, the evil turtle. And then next week we'll have 3 more champions. And
next week there'll be 3 more. And when there isn't an event going on, we have time gates, which allow you to unlock any of the champions that we've had in the game. And you get a free time gate every couple of weeks. And then you also, as you play, get these time gate pieces. And you can spend 6 of them to open up a time gate, which I'm not going to do right now because I'm kind of full up on stuff. And you can use them to unlock previous champions as well as get chests for those champions. So you can get access. Sorry?
I was saying, just like, wait, what? Something scared of cows? Yes, Lucious is apparently scared of cows.
Moo.
Isn't that just so terrifying? Moo. Moo. Yeah. All right. Mean Jose Verde has a question. Any progress on Akira's number staying consistent with switching parties or restart? They change or recalculate lower when not active. That's something it is on our list to look into still. We haven't had a chance to get to it we're kind of working on the kind of end of the year stuff. But hopefully in the new year, we should get that fixed.
And I just saw this come up in chat, so I'll grab it real quick. Infria asks, what is Lucius based on? He doesn't seem like a very serious character. Well, you know what? That's a kind of an apt statement. So Lucius is from the Heroes of Arios, which is a campaign that's played. Mark Hulmes is the DM. It's a very long-running campaign.
High Rollers?
High Rollers, thank you. Yeah. That was the name I was looking for. And the person who plays that character, the content creator, he is kind of an expert on playing characters that have that silly bent to them, but then are deeply serious in ways. So I highly recommend watching some of that show and getting to know some of those characters and checking it out. It might be up your alley, but he is a obvious He's got the veneer of silly. I'll put it that way. But there's a lot of depth to that character. He's very good at playing a character that seems ridiculous, and then all of a sudden your heartstrings are getting pulled. So.
Oh yeah, Chris Trott plays him, right?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, and Free also has another question. There's a bug on console where Yorvin becomes stuck in animation and is immune to all damage. Is that known? Yes, that's something we are aware of. He jump and pin someone down and then just gets stuck. So yeah.
He just gets distracted.
Yeah. Loggy WD 213. Why are legendaries forging cooldown so slow? I get 10,000 scales every week, and we have 6 new gears every 3 weeks at least, and there is an achievement for 600 forges. It seems unreasonably slow to only allow 1 forge a week. Well, technically we allow more than 1 forge a week. It's just the cost scales. So I know the people are the best case scenario for you to use as little scales as possible is to do the 1 a week. We did. I remember Justin saying this, that we prefer to overtune things quite a bit, and then make it worse than it should be, and then depending how that goes, if it worked out fine, then great, and if it's if we have a chance to make it better later on, it's better to do that than to make it super good off the bat and have to nerf it. So it's easier to bring up than to bring down. So I would expect probably some new trials, fixes and changes in the year. But they're definitely not happening before the end of the year. That's as far as I'm aware of.
In 2022, you mean?
Yes, that's in the coming year, 2022. A couple weeks.
It's a weird thing to say. I'm trying to get used to it. 2022.
2022.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. I'm kind of impressed that we've made it this far.
Yeah. And for the games, will there be any packs on sale during the winter Steam sale? Yes, there are. Can't say what they are. Yeah. I think it was. I was remember. I was like, it was in the community Q. It was in the Reddit Q&A. So I didn't remember what they got written down. It was like, yes, there are going to be packs on sale during the sale. No, I can't say what they are.
Yeah.
But check our Instagrams, Twitters, the whole shebang. For that kind of information. And
in game, you should get in game fun notifications.
Yeah. Actually, it's already up on Epic. So they are the first. They got the holiday sale first. So if you're on Epic, you can always check there.
I am unfortunately on I am on Steam, so I can't help with that specific thing. But yeah. Yay for Epic players.
Jidok has a kind of interesting question. Do you feel the lack of questions on Reddit Q&A is due to the number of Q&A shows in addition to Mars and Gar shows on Thursdays? A little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah. Today was a bit of an odd one because we did not get a lot of questions in the Reddit Q&A. That's mainly because most of that direction, there's a bit of a better word for it. Most of those questions come when we do an in-game alert. So hey, Reddit Q&A is here, come check out. And then people will click it, they'll drive into the Reddit Q&A, and then people ask a question there. So because we had a bit of a longer meeting this morning, and then things got messed up because everyone's in a jumble planning for the end of the year stuff. That the in-game notice didn't go out, so I got 6 questions, I think, into the meantime.
I think that's part of it. I think also when you talk about everybody's in a jumble before the end of the year, I think that also includes everybody watching, listening, playing the game. December is a weird month, even if you try to avoid holiday stuff, even if we lose Sean's signal.
I didn't turn the fan on.
Fans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep talking while you fix your stuff.
We're back.
Even if you don't have a lot of extra stuff going on, December is just a really good, bad, confusing time, and so we just kind of assume that a lot of the normal cadence of stuff, the normal numbers of people, the normal ways that things work, end up getting messed up because of the holidays, because of the end of the year, because of December. So I think it's good that we're keeping an eye on all of that, and I think you make a good point about, there's a lot of other Q&A shows that happen around, especially this show. But we should probably wait for at least January and February to go by and kind of get back into a normal rhythm again before we make any assumptions, because December is weird, and November was kind of weird for us too because of there were basically 2 different holidays between Canada and the United States that made this show not happen. Plus, there was something else that made this show not happen. So there was a lot of things going on. And so until we have kind of several weeks in a row where we're doing both the Reddit Q&A and this show and all of the other stuff, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. And Gar has a point. If we have a holiday on the Thursday, we get no Q&As at all. But yeah, I guess that kind of goes the same for any time the holiday comes up. Whatever is that day, it gets canceled.
Yeah.
So having them spread out is not too bad of an idea. We did move it from, it used to be on Tuesdays, but I remember being like, this does not happen on Tuesday anymore because I'm just coming, because that's when I was like just me doing tickets. And I was like, I just come back from the weekend. I can't take a break from doing tickets because I'm still behind from the weekend, and then spend an hour during the Reddit Q&A and then do lunch and then have to spend the rest of the day doing tickets. Like, it's just, I need that extra hour. So then we moved to Thursday, and now Thursday is just Q&A day of different varieties.
Yeah. But the good thing about it being on, the other good thing about it being on Thursday, not just to give Sean a chance to breathe, but also because that will, the Reddit Q&A now happens after any stuff that launches on Wednesday.
Exactly, yeah.
That gives us a little bit of time to take care of any stuff that happens on Wednesday and then address it on Thursday. So it's a little bit more of an update moment that we can have. The other thing is, I would much rather have more places people could answer questions and have it be a little quiet and have fun questions that we can answer and have plenty of time than not enough. And I think that's kind of the I think the community would rather have more than we need rather than less than we want. And if it means that so the Reddit Q&A is a little light every now and then, or this show is a little light every now and then, I'll take that as a good sign, because that probably means we're answering everything and we're doing good. So
yeah, that's true. The one thing with the Reddit Q&A too is, like, because it's so early in the morning, people can come in, drop a question off, and then go to work, or they're on a lunch break, they can drop a question off, I can answer it, and then they come back from work and check it. So having that accessibility to have the Reddit Q&A, even if you only get like 6 questions, that's still 6 people who got an answer who may not have gotten one before because they can't watch 2 in the streams.
Yeah.
So.
And Garwar makes another good point, which is we definitely want lots of Q&As, just not all on the same day, which is true. And once again, that was kind of half accidental and half, well, we want people to ask questions on the Thursday after an update happens on a Wednesday, and then dev update happened, and Thursday.
I think a lot of people tend to assume that, like, you can only ask questions during the Q&As. When, like, I have a full Friday of Girl Champions where why just talk about stuff, and I got a couple questions here and there, but like definitely not as much as here. Like, feel free to ask me whatever game questions on Girl Champions as well. Like, doesn't have to be just these Q&As. These ones are like specifically tailored to Q&A, but the other shows as well can take some questions.
And same for me on Mondays with weekly patronage. While we're focused on doing the patron challenges, and I am certainly not able to answer nearly as many questions as Sean can, I am more than happy to answer whatever I can and pass along what I can. So, but yeah, Thursday has kind of ended up being Q&A day, and in fact, we've just had a whole bunch more people join us from the game. So I'll do the spiel real quick one more time. If you're joining us, welcome. We're happy to have you. This is our last community Q&A of the year. Go ahead if you have any questions and put question in big capital letters before your question so that our wonderful moderators and producers Martin and Mars can grab them. We are prioritizing Idle Champions related questions, but we are saving all the questions. So if you ask a different question other than Idle Champion, something more fun or something slightly different related, we might not get to it immediately, but we are getting to them. Like, I'm just gonna grab one of these. JDog2773, who asks, one of you volunteer to moderate a weekly mod D&D stream? So I'm gonna say a lot of our moderators are already on streams. And I guess it would depend on whether the other moderators that we have would want to be on streams. I don't know. I would have to ask. Anyway, back to Idle Champion streams.
Yeah. I actually want to put, there's one question just came in from Mean Jose Verde. which is actually a pretty important one, and so you can feel safe. Is that since you asked, what is the Idle Champion's response to the log4j Java vulnerability? So that was like a bug, like a major bug that came out in like some Java servers, I think a couple days ago, if not last week. So when we heard about this, I brought it to David, who's our lead tech and one of the founders, and we kind of made a double check and to look into things and be sure it does not affect us at all.
Yay!
It's specifically for Java-based servers, and we don't use that. So we are totally safe. Nothing to do with us at all.
Good to know.
Yeah.
And also,
all right.
I'll ask one more really quick question since people are going to ask, and it's been a while since we talked about food. Ficati Boy says, my uncle, the lurking writer, is asking via me. Okay, first off, tell your uncle that to stop using you to ask questions. Get them in this chat. You deserve,
what's he doing?
You deserve to be able to ask your own questions and not have your uncle feeding you questions. Second off, they want to know if we have a cotton candy machine yet. No.
Nope.
No.
Gotta be asked once per stream, right? Just once.
There you go. It's been
That's
asked.
it. If everybody asks again, you're getting timed out.
No.
I'm kidding. Yeah. Emote. Question. I'm curious when an Ox Venture affiliation bonus will likely be added. After a couple more are added or only after they're all out? That's a good question. I don't have an answer to. That is more of a Justin question. I know with Sean the Tyrant, you know it. With Heroes of the Plains, we waited till everybody was out. So we'll likely do the same thing again.
That was a long time too.
Yeah. And then I think Heroes of Aerois came out with when they came out, they had it built into it already. So
also when a bunch of the heroes, like it wasn't when all of them, we didn't wait until Whittle. We had a Heroes of the Plains affiliation before Whittle, and then it got updated when Whittle came out. There were just some champions who didn't have either a bonus with that affiliation. It was kind of a piecemeal thing.
Yeah, because isn't the kind of the major bonus in the Heroes of the Plains is coming from Alindra?
Well, she does an extra bonus, so she does specific buffs that are not only for everybody, but also she
like
adds on to it. But all of them get
yeah.
something. All of them do something. She multiplies it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, like she adds like bonuses if you're affected by like mirrors or healing, I think, right? So,
exactly. Like
yeah.
Alindra, the best thing about Alindra is to have her in a formation that has a lot of other Heroes of the Plains because she makes everybody more powerful because family.
Family.
Yeah, and it's different for each of the characters, but yeah, when those kind of affiliations come out is that's totally dependent on designers and a bunch of different things, and often it's waiting on more of those champions to come out, but for the moment, you'll have to keep an eye on things.
Yeah. Squirm. Maybe that's how that one is. 651. Why do your familiars look so relaxed while mine are aggressively clicking in a fast formation?
I can answer that.
Yeah.
So I've turned off a lot of the effects on the game. Also, they're not going very fast. For this is I don't have any speed potions or anything going on. But the big thing that I have done, because I do stream the game, is I make sure in my settings that a lot of the stuff I've turned off so that there's not a lot of flashing going on. It's a little easier to see what's going on. I've disabled a lot of the screen shaking. I've disabled, there's specifically something that...
I think for the familiars, it's the flashing and lighting effects.
I think that's what it is, yeah. So that's why the familiars are just kind of floating along, because they're not actively doing their attack animations, and that's mostly so that I don't have the screen getting loud while we're on stream, and so that's why they're just kind of relaxed and everything. Also, as I said, we're not going very fast because I don't have Whittle in a very optimized formation position right now, so we're just kind of ambling along a little bit. I'll put on a speed potion afterwards. Just
straight chilling, it's okay.
Yeah.
Me and Jose Verde is asking, can the trials reset count be reduced to 1 week minus 60 minutes to help combat creep? That is something we are quite aware of, and I think there will be some changes in the new year for sure. In 2022.
2022.
Yeah, I think we have a whole list of stuff we're gonna like change around. Monkey Porter, are the sale items going to be the same across all platforms? I believe so. We don't usually differ per platform when we're doing like major sales like this, so it should be the same.
But we'll announce all of that. We tend to announce that kind of stuff. Usually what ends up happening is that platforms get them at different times, just because every platform is different with how they roll out things like sales. So you'll probably want to just keep an eye on our socials for that. Platforms.
Yeah. Platforms. Sensei Scooby, could you decouple Legendary Forge and Reforge, each having their own cost and reduction? At Forge Legendary and Reforge another cost, and Reforge another, the cost reduction is the increase each time, which makes waiting time even worse. I mean, either way, you're still forging something, so it's a bit weird to have them decoupled. I get what you're meaning, but I mean that could be a change we make in the future. But I think we want to keep that the same for now. Kuga Plan's asking which champions are part of the Bullywug race. None currently. That's all I can say on that.
Let's go on to other questions. Friday CWU wants to know, can we get a chaotic Oboe Marswar patron? Pretty please. Oh, why do I feel like I just suddenly became part of Tiamat? Chaotic Oboe Marswar.
Just imagining like a Tiamat with just like my head, Lauren's head, Mars head, Garwar's head, just all around.
I say no to that, and yet I would want to be like Tia What. I want to be the green head with the teeth.
Yeah, we are Tia What. Yeah,
that's a oof.
That's a.
All right, I'm gonna ask this question from J. McUnyielding, but they're not gonna like my answer. So, question: let's say you knew nothing about the upcoming champions. What characters from D&D lore or streams would you like to see in the game in the future?
Critical Role.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to answer that question. You know why? Because this is a trap.
Oh.
This is a trap.
The trap.
I know I'm going to say I don't think you meant it as a trap, but it is. Because it is impossible for me to think about this without anyone assuming that what I'm saying means more than what I think. So I'm just going to say I'm excited about the new champions that are coming out, and that's it.
I say the things I would like to see in game is Critical Role characters. You know what we won't see in game? Critical Role characters. Yeah.
We love Critical Role. They are awesome. We were super happy to get Spurt. And while he's not a Critical Role character, it's fun to have Arkan. But yeah.
Arkan's a Force Grey character.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Pendelaire wants to know, Sean, are you in the office in front of a green screen wall? The background overlay works way better than most others I see.
Hold on, where is I want to see if I can.
Are you gonna turn off your background?
Yeah. See?
Hey!
Green screen.
Yeah, so we're using Zoom for our video call, and if you have an actual blue or green screen, and this kind of works with everything, if you use the virtual backgrounds and you actually have a blue or green screen, it works way better. Like,
so good.
I'll give you a hint for your streamer friends to tell the difference between I'm just using a virtual background and I'm using a virtual background with an actual blue or green screen. See Sean's headphones above his ears. There's a space and you can see through it. That's how you can tell that he's got a green screen behind him. Because if you don't actually have one of those screens, there's a puppy. What? Where'd the puppy come from?
What is this?
Oh, now you're just playing around with stuff. But yes. And listen, not everyone can afford to have a blue or a green screen or have the space for it. So, but that's usually how you can tell. Also, we should have. Oh, geez, here we go. I shouldn't have said anything.
No, this is the rest of the stream now.
This is the rest of the stream.
Yeah.
Now, unless those sunglasses then just float off of your face, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I can do that, but that would be super cool.
Star Chaser 43 says, question: tomorrow is Mars's episode 100. First off, congrats to Mars.
Ooh,
Second,
congrats.
will Griddle Champions do anything special to celebrate his achievement with C&E? Just curious.
If I told you, it'd be a ruin the surprise. That's all you get.
That's all you get. Danko PF says C&E support is beating the heck out of Amazon as far as fix for break ratio.
Love it.
Thank you.
Sunglasses, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we try. In fairness, we are a smaller team with a smaller footprint than Amazon.
Yeah. It's such a way smaller footprint.
Yes, way smaller footprint. And let's... Oh, Garwar has feedback. I would like you to consider moving the Q&As to a different day next year. When you have a holiday on Thursday, we get no Q&As at all. Oh, that was something that...
Yeah, we brought that up already.
Yeah.
We talked about that. We
did. Sorry. This is
Garwar double dipping.
Hey, listen, it's still good feedback. We'll try. The hard part right now is the schedule is packed.
Oh, God, yeah.
The schedule is packed.
Shake Thug Life, Sean. You know it.
Zujun68 asks, any seasonal must-try foods? Because we haven't talked about food enough today.
True, we actually haven't.
Seasonal must-try foods.
So what's the season? We got Christmas foods. Peter and his wife brought in a bunch of these like Christmas nut bags. They were like just like spiced almonds. They're really good. Although there's once you eat enough, there's a little bit of spice and a little bit of heat to them. But that's pretty good.
That was not what I was expecting you to say, and that's okay. All right. Okay.
Wait. Well, okay. Well, hold on. You have fruitcake? I don't know.
Fruitcake.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a good fruitcake. Christmas, since my family mostly did Jewish stuff. My dad is Catholic, so we did some Christmas. But Christmas became the day that my mom would take off from cooking. So Christmas became the day that we would get like a buffet spread of things to nosh on. So we'd just get like a bunch of hummus and veggies, and we'd get sandwich meats and make your own sandwich kind of stuff. We'd keep eating the turkey because it'd always be turkey. Just like stuff you could nosh on all day and not have to cook or really do any specific amounts of cleaning, which I've always liked. But I do know people do giant meals for Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, Nevada's mom is really big on she always goes, oh, I'm not gonna make a bunch this year, and then the spread is monstrous every year. So good though.
I will also say I watched last night a YouTube video that was a bunch of people trying really weird candy, not cotton candy, cotton candy questions, candy cane flavors. One of those jokey companies that make candy canes in like pickle flavors.
Yeah.
What was it? It was pickle, bacon. There were a couple of different flavors that were all like, I try them though. I try them.
Yeah.
And Irene UK wants to know, is there a season for poutine?
Yeah, it's called all year round.
I mean, that's fair.
I mean, it's good in the winter. You know, the hot gravy and the fries and the cheese. Curds.
Back to in-game questions. And I mean in-game questions as in questions from that are related to Idle Champions.
Yes, Yorvin, tell us how you feel.
That's my Yorvin impression. Rawr.
Just rawr.
Just rawr.
And Freya is asking, when I saw the migrate option, I was happy, but then I realized it was not what I hoped for. Will there be an option to log in on the same account on multiple platforms in the future? Most likely not. Platforms don't like it when you move around, and they especially don't like it if you move purchases between platforms. So that's the kind of the big thing, and we're kind of contractually obligated to kind of keep you on that platform. So you can play on multiple platforms, but you can't move the same account around. That's all. Counting Coup, are you excited for the second Planeswalker and second Artificer Vi to come to Idle Champions? Our only gnome Planeswalkers allowed in the game. What's the second Planeswalker?
They're probably talking about Whittle. Eliwick. Eliwick.
Well, yeah, no, Eliwick's a Planeswalker.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's a gnome.
She's a gnome, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Planeswalker like Magic the Gathering, like Planeswalker.
Which would be Eliwick, but
yeah, but the second Planeswalker is Vi
Vi is a plane. Yeah, Vi is Vi is Jeremy Crawford's character from Acquisitions Incorporated, who I believe the first time we met them was in I've just lost the name of the shoot, it's over here. I've got the book for it. I've lost the name of the world. Oh, the Magic the Gathering. No, not Eberron.
Oh, Ravnica?
Ravnica, thank you. When Ravnica came out, one of the Acquisitions Incorporated games ended up in Ravnica, and Vi was their contact there. Super cool character, is lots of fun, and it shows up in the books in a couple places. That is interesting that we ended up with... So the two official Planewalkers, like actual... can use Planeswalkers as a Magic the Gathering type term, would be Vi and Eliwick, because both of them are related to... Or both of them have done Planeswalking in that way. But certainly... whole bunches of oats of our champions have jumped planes. I mean, the heroes of the planes...
I mean, in reality, it's like you aren't a champion if you haven't jumped planes before. It's just, it's almost like a requirement on the hero checklist.
Especially with all of the champions that we have that are from content creators. There's been so many more crossovers, especially in the last year, that I think all of them to some extent can say that they are some sort of planeswalker. I mean, even a character like Yorvin, who is a C&E original, literally part of his backstory was that he grew up in the Feywild, but then was sent to the Shadowfell, and now is apparently in Faerun helping champions do stuff. So, but I think you're right that there are only the two technical definition term Planewalker.
Yeah. The Anonymous Lurk is asking, who is this Vi champion you speak of? Vi is a champion that's coming out in, I think, February of 2022. That's what the announcement was?
I think so, yeah. We were able to do an early announcement during PAX Unplugged. Let me see if I can pull up the tweet, because it includes the little bit of information, but it's one of the few times that we have actually talked about a champion well before they are coming out, because Jeremy Crawford was able to actually announce at PAX Unplugged during the AC Inc. game. So, but let me find that.
Red fan as in question, didn't Tiamat come from Dragons of the Lance, like the Dragonlance series? Ryan's got that. Sorry, Mars has got the background story here. Tiamat originally came from the Babylonian mythology. Ooh, drop the lore bomb there, Mars. God damn.
Yeah, and Dragonlance, it's not Tiamat, it is Takesis, which recently has, with Fizbins, they've now connected those two as being the same creature across different planes of existence. But there is different lore behind Takesis and Tiamat, and different things that the two of them are doing, if you want to dig into that kind of thing. Also, I did link into the chat the Vi announcement on Twitter. It does show off that she is a gnome artificer from Acquisitions Incorporated, coming in February 2022. It's got some cool art in there, and that is all we've announced so far. So, but I'm excited. Also, awesome hair.
Wow. Mars is dropping lore. So he's saying, Tiamat originally came from the Babylonian mythology in the Enuma Elish, which is stone slates. The legend goes that Tiamat was indeed a dragon who was slain by a great hero, and her body was used to become physical reality, like the heavens and earth. It's rad as heck. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you kill Tiamat, I guess you deserve to create reality.
Yeah, there's a lot of power. Tiamat has a lot of power.
Yeah.
And if you go into that whole idea that there are pillars of certain realities that are essentially unkillable, then that gets into a whole different thing.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. But don't get me started about Takesis, because I've got some weird history with Takesis, considering Orkira and some of the weird things that's happened to her. So, yeah. I'm also not... I'm one of those people who never got a chance to read the Dragonlance novels. And so while I was wanted to, I don't know a lot about Dragonlance lore. And I didn't when Orkira was sent essentially to go live in Dragonlance with Harold for 6 years. Like, it was an interesting moment in my life, and where I had to turn to Todd and say, okay, so tell me what I need to know about this, because I don't know a lot. So I have and then like I've picked up things since then. So I have a very weird piecemeal understanding of Kryn from a very weird time that isn't during the Dragonlance novels. And so my knowledge of Dragonlance is very weird. So I try to be careful. But Takesis was one of the main things that I learned about.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Flexbone's wondering if you have a timetable on your oboe playing puppy.
I mean, first I need a puppy. And
Step one.
I need to. So before I get the puppy, then we need a place that is big enough to accommodate a dog.
A puppy, yeah.
A puppy. We can't move at least until October because that's when our lease is up. So the first chance we could have a puppy would be October of next year. Or November. Give us some time to move in. That is assuming we find a good place to find that has the room for a dog. Then I need to train them to play oboe, which, depending on...
Should be easy, right?
Well, it depends. Do you want an oboe-playing puppy who can just play hot cross buns, or do you want a professional musician? Because the two are different. Considering dogs have lips, I think that's a good thing. However, they don't have opposable thumbs. And so that could be bad for holding the oboe.
What if you just hold the oboe to the dog blows, and you do the moving?
Is that considered playing the oboe?
I think so. I think in this instance, that kind of has to be.
Okay. Then in that case, I think I only need a couple months post-puppy acquisition. But a lot of things have to happen first. And I'm not saying
you can buy a little stand for the oboe to sit on, and then the dog can like hug it and like hit it.
That would be adorable. Also, we need to buy them their own oboe because they're not doing that to my oboe.
Oh, yeah, no way.
No. And I'm not saying any of this is going to happen. I'm just laying out that any possible timetables are on hold until a space for a puppy is acquired.
I want a dog so badly, but we definitely don't have the space for it.
Yeah, same.
And
here.
2 cats is... I think having 3 pets is quite a bit.
Yeah. We there's a while before we are in a place in where we could reasonably have a pet. So
yeah. Q Mischief wants to know when the holiday sale will start on non-EGS platforms, and that is not information we can share, unfortunately. You'll see like their blog posts and their socials once that information comes out. And our eye level is displayed anywhere else besides the choose a champion left of the contract window. I mean, you can check it in the actual. Like in their actual champion, you can hover over the equipment. You can see like their item levels there.
Yep, I'm trying to, but
does the time gate place show it?
Let's take a look.
If you open time gate, so you see average item level there. I don't remember if that was the case or not, or if I'm just getting mixed up with like what people want. Yep, it shows there.
There you go.
Yeah,
item
you stay there. Thanks, TTRPG gifts.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
It's a cool sunglasses, Sean. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm checking. I'm also checking in on something. So.
Cool. Mas of Sweden's asking, can you open your game settings for a bit? I want to see what UI size you have to get all the heroes showing on the deck. That is a fun add-on.
Yes.
Called narrow box benches.
Yeah, narrow box benches.
Narrow bench boxes.
I've also kept the non-console UI portraits. I love the console UI portraits. I'm just so used to. I'm on Steam. I'm so used to the PC version of these characters. But that is where you get them, because if you click on this, then you get everybody in one big line, which does help a lot. Even if it means you don't see quite as much of each champion, I do really like being able to have all of them in one screen.
Squirm has a question. Sailor Flumps are a good 40 years older than the flying spaghetti monster. Bless his noodly appendages. But Brivs is totally wearing a colander on its head, no? I mean, I think Brivs is just armored.
Briv has an armored Flump, yes. So Flo, and it depends on what you're talking about, because there's going to be 2 Flows, which is weird, because every once in a while, so here's Flo next to Briv. That is armor. It just kind of looks like a colander because Flumps are that weird...
that like a curved, like...
Yeah, their body shape is that. There is also a familiar of Flo. Pirate Flo is who I have right now. Silent but slicey. Where is Pirate Flo? I don't know where Pirate Flow is right now. Anyway,
I don't think there's a Pirate Flow one. I know there was just the pirate like Flump one, but
oh no, there's Pirate Flow.
Am I just crazy? But we just showed off.
So
there's Pirate Flow.
Yeah, because
oh my God.
We have multiple Flumps as familiars, and Flow has what adventuring parties Flow in? That is an excellent question. Let me go find Flow. You ask another question, I'll go find Flow.
Oh God, we're all out of questions though.
What?
What do I do?
Hey,
all right, show's over, guys.
Yeah, I guess
we're out of questions. Yeah.
Well, now is a good time. If you do have questions, go ahead and put them in chat. Put question in big capital letters at the beginning of your question so that our moderators can grab it. That's not all right. That's here we go. Penelope has Flow. So here's Flow. Come here. There's Flow. The pirate Flump is who I have her as now. And she is also armored, which is why she looks like she has a colander on her head, but she's the pirate, which is why she has a sword. Now, I believe, let's see, there's also Red Panda Flow. So No Skin is kind of the basic pirate Flow, because she came out when they were doing pirate stuff, and then Red Panda Flow happened, and Red Panda Flow is one of those in where it actually does look like she is wearing the skin of a red panda.
Yeah, it's a little horrific. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. But I actually like Pirate Flow better, so I stick with.
Mars asked me to give him a big smile.
I'm sure that picture won't end up all over the internet. Sure.
Nowhere at all. I trust him.
Yeah.
There's no way he would do this to harm us anyway.
Oh, we just got
Mars.
Right, Mars. And we just got our last alert in the game. So if you are joining us from the game, welcome. We're on the last half hour of the last episode of the year. So if you do have questions, go ahead and put those in chat. Make sure if you haven't contributed channel points to the community challenge, go ahead and do that for this show. We are at 7,368,218. The goal is only 10 million. We did lower it. It'll say 14 when you go to donate, but we have actually lowered it because there were a couple shows that got canceled this week because of Amazon and internet. And so if we reach 10 million by the time Garwar show is over on Saturday, there are some fun things that the whole community will get access to: 1 gold Krull chest, 1 gold Lucious chest, and 1 gold Yorvin chest. Because hey,
free stuff. Yeah. And this just in. There's going to be no developer insights today.
Oh,
Justin's feeling really under the weather.
So
he will be
literally just checking on that.
Oh, really? Yeah. I just saw him posting in our chat and being like, not feeling very well. So yeah, if he's not feeling very well, so no developer stream tonight.
There's also no idle insights, which we knew about coming into this week. That's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does that mean we're the last show of the day?
I think so.
I think we're the last show of the day.
Yeah, last show of the day.
Ooh.
We have a bunch of shows tomorrow.
We have a
Grill
full
Champions.
Slate.
Yeah, Peyton Slay, Garwar's Guide. I think that's it for tomorrow. Oh, and then you can tune into. Is Nick doing Bushwhacker? I think he's doing Bushwhacker on Friday.
That I don't know. We did not include the non-Idle Champions shows in our napkin math because we felt it was unfair to require people to go to a non-Idle Champions show for what is ostensibly an Idle Champions community challenge.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
So we
didn't include those shows. If you go buy those shows and you support those awesome people and those awesome games, you can put more community challenge points in there. But we didn't include that in the napkin math of how many shows do people have to contribute points to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, looks like we're gonna have Griddle Champions. And then we have
Peyton
Slay because we're going to continue with the Green Dragon. I'm excited.
Ooh.
I am so excited. And then Garwar. And then, Garwar's back on Saturday. And then break time.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. And any other rebroadcasts today? I don't think so.
That I don't think so either.
Oh, and is there Mars tomorrow morning?
Probably. It's Mars every morning.
Right, Mars every morning, right.
Mars is everywhere at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, see, we got Mars tomorrow morning, Grill Champions, Peyton Slay. Are you kidding me? You're at episode 100. How could I forget? Oh, my God.
We've been
hyped for that. Oh my god, yeah. Doorbell Streams is asking, wait, when did Sean put on the digital deal with the sunglasses? A while ago at this point.
We started talking about.
I like it.
We started talking about Zoom, and then he started playing around with backgrounds, and here we are. Here we are.
There's a couple of filters here, yeah. And there was also the dog one. Hey, I like the sunglasses.
The dog is
sticking with
cute,
it.
though.
Yeah.
It's doing a fairly good job of staying over your eyes. I'm impressed.
Yeah. It shows a little bit of the glasses at the bottom, like my own glasses, but I think it's okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna. We got a couple more fun questions, and then if any more in-game questions come by, especially now that you know that there is no developer insights, get your questions in now. But the real Bunny Beast wants to know what's for lunch. I don't know from me. How about you, Sean?
I haven't decided yet. I tend to just like, when it comes to like after streams and stuff, I tend to not like. We have a mall across the road from us. I used to go for lunch and get stuff from the food court there. But the food court's been like really busy the past couple of days because of like the holidays. Mm-hmm. So I usually just like skip the dish something, as bad as that is. But so I'll probably do something. I haven't decided yet.
And Tim Nose suggests a new show pitch. Lauren reviews Idle Champs Familiars. I mean, I've kind of already done a bunch of that. The question is, here's the honest question. I mean, all familiars are adorable. I'm just going to put it out there. That is my personal opinion. Do you really want a show that's just me going, they're adorable?
Yes.
It couldn't be a weekly show. It'd have to be like a special event every once in a while, because otherwise
during the like streaming days, streaming during the quarterly ones.
Quarterly streaming is just like, and today we're going to go through all of the familiars.
I think you review, because we put out a pretty decent chunk of familiars during each quarter.
Oh, yeah.
So that might be good to just be like, hey, these are the only ones that you come out with, and we're gonna go over and review them. Mm-hmm. We'll make a tier list. We'll tier list it.
A tier list? Oh, jeez. That's not going to be controversial at all.
Yeah.
Also,
show name, Get Familiar. I love it, Garware.
Yeah.
I'm liking this idea.
Once again, do you really want me making a tier list when there are familiars on the list like the Phoenix, who is my god?
I mean, that's a separate tier. That's just called the God tier.
This is the Heroes of the Plains specific familiars,
yeah.
And then here's everybody else. That seems unfair, but here we are. Because that's what I'm going to say is the Phoenix is the best familiar, hands down.
Yeah, I mean, you put it at the top, and we just go, this is the top, and then we move on from there.
I mean, if you... I'm just going to say, if you buy that pack, the Witchlight Orkira pack, not only do you get the Phoenix, but then Orkira, her wings get painted like butterfly wings, and it's adorable. I'm moving over here because Orkira is currently trying to kill Tiamat, because of course she is. There she is, look!
Oh.
With cotton candy. Look at
now you can stop asking.
Yeah, you can stop asking. Yeah. I've got cotton candy. It's fine.
Yeah. Lucky Lutra is saying, this is the first IDLE game I like, and I really like it. Thank you, guys. Well, thank you so much. We're really happy you're enjoying the game. There's a lot to it, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We are here to help.
I'm currently looking into actually a question that just came up about a YouTube thing. So,
okay.
Pardon me while you take care of the Pendulaire question.
Oh boy. Question: what programming languages and frameworks do you develop IDLE champions in? Frameworks, I don't know. Languages, I think it's C#. I think that's it. Frameworks, I'm not too sure. That one's above my knowledge. I'm just a simple support member, not a developer. JM yielding question: does Frida's pack family stack additively or multiplicatively now? And very selfishly, if the former, can we make it the latter again? So everything in the game stacks multiplicatively unless otherwise stated, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, we use Unity. Right, yeah. Yeah, Unity and C#.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I think Unity we just kind of use for the packaging and sending out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that is well outside of my experience.
Yeah, that would be a developer insights question, which is unfortunately not on today.
But you know what? Yeah. And that's why I don't mind that they asked that question, because hey, you know. Sometimes...
Oh yeah, and some PHP in the back end. I know PHP for sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure David's answered that on one of the developer insights. I think someone said it was the last episode. So you can definitely check on there. If it's Unity and C#, then it's mono. Well, there you go.
Thank you for chat for helping to answer the question that chat asked.
If there's one thing I've realized while working for here and kind of helping deal with the game is that a large majority of our player base are into computer sciences in some sort of way. So it's funny. Like, I don't know how to answer the question. Like, I think it's this, and then chat's like, oh yeah. Then we go this. They go, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You guys get your cool sunglasses too.
Everybody get your cool sunglasses.
Yeah. The hive mind is an expert in everything. This is very true. Have you guys Deccan Craze says, have you guys seen the coverage from Quill18 on YouTube? Was very positive. We're starting to play it. How do you guys feel about that kind of thing? I have not heard about that. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it always is very nice when people give us positive feedback about our game, especially if they're doing reviews and stuff. So that's awesome. Yeah, I mean,
anything that when it comes to like feedback reviews is great to hear, like, good or bad, because these are things we want to know. Because if we get like feedback that's like, hey, this isn't working very well, or this could be better, we can take that and improve on it. So, it was posted yesterday. Cool.
Oh wow, that's super fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that on my break, and we'll share it with the team.
Oh yeah, do me a favor and link that to me in somewhere. Link me that, and I'll watch it after this, because
oh my God.
I have about 5 minutes after this show is over, and then I have meeting.
Oh yeah.
That's
oh my God,
Thursday.
yeah. Today's a very busy day, and then tomorrow I only have to do the stream, and I get to go.
Tomorrow is also a busy day, but that's okay. Yeah. Like it's the last couple of days before a bunch of people go on holiday, so it happens. But thank you for letting us know, because I'm always interested. And thank you to Viridian Brill for subscribing. Hey, enjoy your emotes.
Hey.
My favorite emote, well, I like them all. My favorite emote is the natural 20. I know I should probably say that my favorite emote is the sketching hour one, and it's gorgeous. I love it. But I love using the natural 20 more, because it means that something happy has happened in a D&D game. Also, it's 3D!
3D!
Which you have to say when you're yelling. It's 3D!
One of my favorite things about, like, when people record stuff is when when someone goes to do something and they just they turn away from the mic, and then you still hear it in the background. I don't know, it's such a really easy thing to do, but I love it when streams do that or anything like that. So
yep. Also, emote, you are my favorite community member with a name of emote, because you are not an emote, you are a person. You deserve to be respected as a person whose name happens to be emote.
Yeah. Inept says the Quill18 is how they learned of the game as well. Oh, that's cool. That's so great to hear. All right, you definitely have to watch this when we get off the stream.
Absolutely.
Peter D. Pan is asking, can you please add a chest pity timer display to the time gate selection screen? That's been a quality life update people have asked for quite a while. It's definitely on our list of something we would like to add in the future. There's just a couple of things that we you need to fix first, right? We are more focused on the bug side of things to get the game up and running in a better spot, and then once we're satisfied with that, is when we can go, all right, now we can start tackling this huge quality of life list we want to work on. So,
but we are well on our way. I mean, once again, check out the recent changelog with all of those fixes and balance changes and updates and everything. I mean, ooh, that's a big chunky update.
Yeah, I saw that update and I had to give it the chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially when it's fixing Orkira's bugs.
Yeah. Real Bunny Beast is saying, can you throw that Discord release note block code on GitHub? Maybe some people in the community that may be able to fix it if you're low on dev time.
Here's
that's a
tricky question, because
that's a tough one.
Yeah, because that means the reason that we can't just have a public bot doing it is because in order to grab changelog information, it has to have information about the game that I think is more than just what's public knowledge. And once again, I don't know all the details here, and I'm not a developer, so I might say something that's not incredibly accurate, but my understanding is that's why it has to be a custom bot, is they have to access and have access to back-end stuff. And so while there are absolutely amazing community members who do stuff for the community all of the time, for obvious reasons, we're a little more careful about having, for the same reason that Sean talked about, there are those third parties that link to your account that do things for you, but we're always wary and saying, be careful because you're giving them private information about your account. This is kind of a similar thing. So the community is awesome, but we got to be careful about it. Also, it's just not fair to ask the community to do work for us. That's something we should pay a developer to do because they deserve to be paid for their work.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing. As a question that I was going to say is that if people are going to do work for us, we like to give something back to them. We like to pay them for their time.
Exactly.
I guess if the community, we could give a community reward, but I don't know. It seems a bit off to do something like that.
Yeah, that's asking. I mean, if someone does something nice for us on their own time, that's awesome and we love it. But especially something like this that is going to take dev work, or not specifically our dev work, but does take somebody who has some programming knowledge, that's someone who deserves to be paid for their time. So
exactly. Yeah, you spend the time to learn all that kind of stuff. You deserve to get paid for it.
Exactly.
So,
and also, while it's a nice quality of life thing, it is not a high priority because while it would be nice, there's a lot of people who aren't on our Discord. And right now, literally the best way to check changelogs is just right in your game. So as long as those changelogs are happening and still propagating and you're able to check your changelog in your game, I think that's the important bit.
Yeah. Kuya Plans asking, are there / will there be Trials of Mount Team at bonuses if you align champion selection and campaigns with those that were on the Isle Champions Present show? I get no. I don't think there will be. We do kind of want to keep that separate, so we don't want kind of involving the reality with the game.
Also, there are so many requirements that kick in once you do especially the higher challenge levels, that the last thing you want to do is restrict it even more. And make it so that, you have to have the people that are on the show. You have to have the champions that were trained by people that were on the show. It's asking a lot of extra stuff for people who are doing trials. So
yeah, and not everybody would have watched it, right? So they don't know. So they'd be missing out on something like that. So
yeah, it'd be fun. I could see that being a fun, very brief thing, but not on a regular basis because that'd be a little unfair.
Yeah. Ghost Wheel 10 has a question. How are the champions selected for the respective slots? Will the game have an ability to remove the champions around in order to try different combinations in the future? Oh boy. I mean, I feel like Chris, who's our live services manager, could talk to you for hours about how that process is, because slotting champions just gets harder and harder and harder because there's so many things we have to look at. Taking Whittle, for example, it's are there any other are there females in the formation or in that slot? Are there other wizards? Are there other gnomes? Are there magic users, range users?
Are there other heroes of the plains?
Yeah, other heroes of the plains. When was the last time we had a champion in that slot, in the event? When was the last new champion for that?
How many champions are already in that slot? Some of them have a ton, and some of them not as many.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there are so many factors that go into what champion slot we go into that each champion release has a little blurb on it that says 1 to 12, and then it's just all right, can it fit here? Well, we have this, so maybe. What about here? Oh no, we can't do that because of this reason. What about here? And just goes through each 12 like that, and it's those things that keep, as we get more and more champions, we keep getting longer and longer and longer. So if we were to move them around, probably not, because a lot of their balance as well is also based off of what slot they're in. So if you had to move champions around, you would have to rebalance all the champions.
Yeah.
Which is something 80 something now, I think. 80 or 90 something.
Yeah, we're getting close to 100.
Mars.
We're
getting there. Yeah. And then Hypnogogia is asking the greatest question: is there a Christmas inspiration? Is there a Christmas bardic inspiration track?
No.
There should be.
Well, so here's the thing. Bardic inspiration is all D&D flavored stuff, so it would have to be Cimmeral, right? Or Winter Shield, I guess.
Winter Shield. It'd be Winter Shield, yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Christmas, but it would be one of the Favorite holidays. Yeah, there isn't necessarily. Yeah. I was trying to think of what the last couple of Bardic Inspiration episodes were, and I literally just thought, oh, we should suggest that for next week. No, wait. There won't be any. There won't be any shows next week. Yeah, we would probably want to do something that was Cimmeral or Winter Shield. We could do something festive and holiday. That's not a bad idea for a later Bardic Inspiration, but it would have to be Favorite holiday so that it's not specific for Christmas.
Flexible has a question. Is there any chance that Nuber, the intentionally annoying NPC from Baldur's Gate, who would stop you every few seconds to ask a pointless question, would ever appear in a variant to temporarily disable or otherwise modify a character? Would that be a rights issue? Is it from Baldur's Gate 3?
I don't remember. I do know that character, but I don't remember specifically. I think I might have blocked them out of my mind.
Yeah, I've never played any of the Baldur's Gate, so it's from Baldur's Gate 1. I mean, that might be possible. It'd be fun. It'd be funny. But I don't think that's something... I don't think so, because we do a lot of stuff from like the books. So if it's not from the book, we probably wouldn't worry too much about it. Oh, good job, mods, getting that. That was quick. Some random bot showed up on the channel and was like, hey, you want to do this? Nope, get out of here. Yeah. Good job, Eminem.
Now we only have a couple minutes left because even though there is not a Dev Insights and there's not an Idle Insights, a bunch of us do have a bunch of other things to do.
So many things.
Meeting. So we only have a couple minutes left. So if you have some last minute questions to get on in, now is the time. I would also remind you of a couple of things. First off, it is the last couple of days of Cimmeral. I have a lot of work to do. I was away at a convention, so I have some catching up to do with Yorvin.
I miss convention so much.
It was fun. It was even with all of the being extra careful and masks and all of that, it was super fun. But yes, there is only a couple days left on Cimmeral, so make sure that you get in as many of your Murder Bunny runs as you can. I just like saying Murder Bunny. Also, I was going to say something else, and I totally forgot. I forgot what it was. I was going to say something else that was important to the game, but I can't remember what it was. If I remember, I'll tell you.
We got a couple minutes if you remember.
You have a couple minutes. It must not have been that important, or else I would remember it. Tomorrow is the last day of the... when we're going to be in office on a regular basis. We are going on holiday, for those of you who've missed it. There will be still people around, but there won't be any streams for 2 weeks. And there will probably be a slower rollback when we come back. There will also be, obviously, people keeping an eye on making sure that the game is running and everything, but responses to things may be slower. So just keep that in mind. And do we have any last-minute questions that have come up?
A couple came in. Newells has a question. It says, how do the WoW offers work now after the update? They work just the same as before. The only difference is now they have feats included into it. That, like, what were we calling it? The Idle Champions, like, Flash Storm, is what it was called? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As we're jokingly calling it the Atmospheric River. It was kind of like a one-time thing. We probably end up bringing it back eventually. It's neat. So it's still, once you get a wild offer that'll last 12 hours, and then if you don't purchase that one, it'll go away, and then after a couple of days, you'll get a new one. And then, that's how that works.
And the real Bunny Beast wants to know what's for Christmas dinner. I don't know yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if it is play Halo and just snack on something for me.
Yeah, my mom's doing a ham, so we usually go to like each parent. So I think mom's doing a ham, and Nevada's mom always says turkey. So that's good difference there.
I'm pretty sure we're staying home for most of the holiday, and neither of our family are incredibly close. I mean, all of my family's on the East Coast. Luke's is in Canada, which is still difficult.
Border stuff,
difficult enough to go back and forth, especially for a quick trip. So I think we're just going to be cautious and stay home. And so I anticipate a lot of snackage.
Ooh, yeah. And one quick last one from here from Decking Creates. This question game, as I just started, is Yorvin, Murder Bunny, the best one to farm for, or are there any of the other two super good? Yorvin's going to be a really good DPS to start off with, actually. So I'd definitely focus on him, and then I'd focus on Krull. Krull over Yorvin, for sure, in my opinion. Because Krull is just so good. He provides a really good debuffs that will help push your wall, and Yorvin can help take advantage of that pretty well. Lucious is, I mean, he's got a cool skin.
I would say I would agree with that. I would try to at least grab Lucious because, like I've said before, having a depth of your roster, even if it's going to take a while before you can get some gear for them, but having a depth of your roster is going to help a lot as you progress through the game, as you unlock having multiple parties, as you get into variants that have requirements that are going to limit the champions that you can use. So having access to as many champions as possible is always going to be useful. So I would throw at least a couple of go-throughs for Lucius to be able to unlock at least them in a couple of chests. But
I'd say try definitely unlock Lucius. Try and get at least up to rare gear on him for everything. The other two I'd focus on the full epic. And because you're new, you know this part is that once you've unlocked them, and their free play is now available. If you keep running their free play, every time you complete Area 50 and reset, you'll get a chest for that champion. So that's when people say like to farm for like Yorvin or Krull. That's what you need to do. So start a Krull free play or a Yorvin free play. Get to Area 50. Make sure that area gets complete. You move to 51. And then you can end that adventure, start a new one. You'll get a chest for that champion, and then kind of just keep going. And that's how you're gonna gear up champions during the event.
I think that is excellent advice for us to leave on. Sean, it has been a pleasure as always.
As always.
As always, thank you to everyone in chat for joining us for this episode of Community Q&A, the last one of 2021. Sorry. I don't even want to say 2022. It's the last one of 2021. Thank you to Martin and Mars for doing all of the hard work on the back end and all of the hard work in the chat. We really appreciate you. I hope everybody has a very safe and happy New Year holiday, and we will see you in 2022.
Bye. We'll see you guys tomorrow, but yeah.
Well, okay, Sean, I will also see you tomorrow. I will be, the two of us will see you tomorrow. But in case, like this show, let's try that again. This show, we'll see you next year.
Next year. Bye.